That is From a Window, one of many great classic tunes from Billy J Kramer and the Dakotas. They shared the same manager as the Beatles. A lot of other connections as well. Billy J Kramer is still going strong and in fact has a new CD that we are going to be talking with none other than the man himself, Billy J Kramer. Welcome. Thank you for being here.
It's great to be here.
And I do want to talk about your new CD because it's the first album you've done in like 30 years.
Yes, but I tell people now it's the first album I ever made because in the old days, you know, they would take a few hits and B-sides and things and some cover tunes, and that would be an album. And this is the first time I sort of sat down and
really
wrote songs and put together things that I wanted to do and created something.
Well, let me start, though, by taking you back, because I think a lot of our audience doesn't know what was taking place in England in the early 1960s with all of the rock and rollers. You actually shared the same manager, Brian Epstein,
yes,
with the Beatles.
Yes. I was a professional, I was a semi-professional singer, and I came third in the popularity poll, and Brian saw me at this show, and the next thing he asked me would I like him to be my manager.
Something that I don't understand that maybe you can explain to our audience is what would cause the Beatles to write music for Billy J Kramer and the Dakotas, because they did.
My first record, believe it or not, was Do You Want to Know a Secret, which was #1 for me in England before they recorded it themselves.
Really?
It really was, and it was I was the first artist to have a #1 hit with a Lennon McCartney song.
And I read that you heard I Want to Hold Your Hand, but John didn't want you to have that one.
It was at the time when he had written the song Bad to Me, and I was at Abbey Road, and he sat at the piano and he played Bad to Me, and I thanked him, and he said, I want to play a song for you and give me your opinion. And he played I Want to Hold Your Hand. And I said, can I have that one? And he said, no, we're doing that one ourselves.
And then if I can ask about Yesterday from Paul McCartney.
And he sat on the front row of a theatre called the ABC in a place called Blackpool and played me Yesterday. And I said, I want a rock and roll song.
You didn't want Yesterday? I
was playing to a very adult audience at the time, and I just had a hit in England with a Burt Bacharach song called Trains, Boats and Planes, and I wanted to rock out a bit more.
I want to now move forward to your new album.
Right.
You say it's the first album you actually wrote as an album, where you really put it together and crafted it.
Yes.
Tell me about it.
I one day said to my wife, I haven't played guitar in many years, I'm going to go and buy one. And she said, you're out of your mind, I bought you one 25 years ago and you haven't played it. And I sat at home and wrote this song called Liverpool with Love, which I dedicated to Brian Epstein, because I felt it to be very unjust that he's not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And I think he brought the biggest band to the world has ever known. There's so much unbelievable music. It's 50 years later, and I think he should be in there. There is a place for non-performers, and I think he should be there.
And there it is, I Won the Fight by Billy J Kramer. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. All right.